Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yeah, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief.
What is going on, crypto fam? How you guys doing today? You know, things are just kind of holding steady. We are butting up against a little bit of resistance. We talked about that yesterday on the show, and things really haven't changed all that much. But hey, we're going to be your home for the most important market news as well as technical analysis that you can actually use for tomorrow. We're doing this every Monday through Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm not doing this alone, so I'm going to bring up my guy, FD White. How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm doing good, man. We got a nice little bounce. Feeling a little bit better than yesterday, so we're gonna talk about that. Excited to be here as always.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You make any moves today, or are you just kind of sitting on the sidelines?
Oh no, I got in some moves. Remember we talked about Ondo yesterday. Ondo did pretty good. This was one of my spot buys, and I did a little bit of trading with Ondo. Popcat popped up, so we got a little
That
bit of
little
scalp
pop.
in there. Oh, a little pop, nice little pop. So we did pretty good today. Nothing too big, but we're just waiting to see what happens next.
Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, I kind of stayed clear, man. I was pretty fortunate. I had the limit orders kind of already set, ready to go. Once it came down to those levels that I've been waiting for months, I took advantage of that, and now I've just been kind of sitting on the side and watching the fireworks a little bit and seeing like, hey, are we gonna hold this support level, or are we gonna actually maybe start making a move up? So keep an eye on that pretty closely. But I've kind of got my lines in the sand. I had my level of support. We hit that, and now I got another one below us, 2023 high. If we hit that, then I'll DCA a little bit more. And I'm accumulating, man. I've kind of changed my mindset, a little bit of my strategy here. I'm gonna shift this more into a long term play where I was very much a very active trader, but as you get older and life kind of changes, priorities change a little bit, and I just don't have as much time to actively trade, every single day. Given my job, doing this, like there's things that are just kind of taking some time. But with
Right.
that being said, let's get into the chat here. See who's and we got Hart. He said, "Sup guys, how you doing, my man? Wix wife fine 89." It rhymes, man. I love saying that. What's up? How you doing? Crypto Billy's in the house. Don't worry, man. We're gonna be pushing everyone your way here real soon. Eric Ballin Wallen's in here. Alexander G, best mind in the house. Arcbit, hey DJs, how you doing? What's up? Amy lives crypto Lego. Blackie Chan, good evening. Wick 589. I just took an instant read on the temp of the cold water tap, 83 degrees. What in the world? Uh, fun fact. Fun fact. All right. Who else we got? Anyone else in there? Retro Mike Tech. All my favorite gals in one spot, man. So you're coming here for the ladies? Is that what you're here for, man? Is that yeah. I
That's
got you.
fine, man.
I
It's
got
all
you.
good.
I got you. That's Retro Mike Tech, man, saying in the background right there. All right. Cool. Let's get into some news. We got to push through this pretty quick. Like I said, I want to get everybody over to Billy Goat Tales this evening for they got a pretty big show lined up with some of the Caspa individuals, so that should be pretty good. So over to the news, and first thing we got up here is going to be JP Morgan says institutions bought the dip while retail panic sold aggressively. Retail sold 1 billion, which is minus 2.5 standard deviations below the 12 million average, and then institutions bought a positive 14 billion, which is a positive 2.9 standard deviations above the 12 million average. So funny little meme there. Institutions are laughing at us. We sold and they bought. But I think you guys are smarter than that. You guys have been watching the show. You've been following Piper Academy for quite some time. So I think you guys were kind of expecting the levels that we hit. and hopefully you were ready. Hopefully you pounced and you didn't get flooded out of the market. On to the next thing we got here. Breaking, BlackRock bought 8.1 billion of Ondo token 15 hours ago, and this actually does have some on-chain data to support that claim there. So I actually did add to the Ondo bag, not a whole lot. Only put about 500 in there, but I did buy some Ondo. I am a believer. I like the levels that Ondo was at. I thought we were in a good spot to accumulate. So that is what I did. And I will continue probably to accumulate Nando because they have the backing of BlackRock. That's really the play there. And that's why, more or less, that I am pretty bullish on Ondo. So what do you think, man? You got
Hey,
anything to say about those
I
two?
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Number one, what's how does the Beauty and the Beast song go? Tale as old as time. Like every time we see these dumps, we see the tale as old as time. The institutions come in, scoop it up while we're scared, running around in a frenzy. The institutions are laughing. That was an amazing meme, a perfect meme. They're laughing, buying up all of our bags, man, and we're gonna just be left looking stupid as always, man. So that's just one of the things that they do. They have a longer term mindset. They're more disciplined. They're more emotionally killed. They have more money to play with too, of course. But it's just a tale as old as time, man. Happens every single time. And then BlackRock coming to buy Ondo. I talked about Ondo. Might have been yesterday or last week. One of these days. I keep telling people like BlackRock is behind this project. Like I don't care what's going on. I don't need to hear any fundamentals. BlackRock is behind Ondo. I'm buying. I'm following. I'm following BlackRock. I'm following the money.
That's it,
But
man.
they
I
do have good.
mean,
They do have good tech. They do have good things going for them. But I'm just reiterating the fact about BlackRock.
yeah, no, and I get it. I mean, they were behind the ETFs. Once they got involved, I was bullish. I was like, all right, the price is probably going to continue to go up when we're talking about the Bitcoin ETF. And that was strictly because of BlackRock. So pretty
Hmm.
much, I'm not gonna say everything BlackRock touches. They're very smart. They're very savvy and they're in it to make money. And once they get involved in something, you can hedge your bet that likely they're probably gonna make money with it, right? So it's just kind of playing your averages, really. So, all right, cool. So, on to Piper's favorite segment here. All right, so ex-Fed advisor suggests US is already in a recession. And let's go ahead and read what it has to say here. So, on Tuesday, following a sharp downturn the day before the top 5 US benchmark indices made a recovery. However, Airbnb, the prominent vacation rental company, reported that it does not foresee a strong third quarter due to a slowdown in demand driven by ongoing economic concerns. Meanwhile, Daniel DiMartino Booth, a former advisor at the Federal Reserve Bank of Dallas, told CNBC that the US might already be in a plain vanilla recession. So interesting that they say that. I would probably not really argue with them, but we can talk a little bit more about that on the duo cam here. The next article here is Bitcoin death cross approaches. Nobody panic. Now, we will go look at the charts and we're going to see what they're talking about that. But very simply, what that is when people start talking about a death cross is that the 50-day simple moving average or SMA is going to cross over the 200-day SMA to the negative, right? It's going to be in a negative cross, right? So 50 is on top of the 200. You'll see that cross to the downside. So we'll take a look at that and see what we think about it. And we'll kind of talk that out as we get there. But go over to the duo cam, man. What do you think there with those two articles, man? Do you think the death cross is a big deal? You think that's scary news? What's how you feeling about
Well,
that?
yeah, a lot of times, like these moving averages are lagging indicators. So we might have already had the move. Like we already had this big move, this big down move. So maybe that was, the death
Yeah,
cross. So I take it with a grain of salt, a lot of times. But I can't predict the future. I do. When I see these crosses, the golden cross. Usually, when we see the golden cross, we already have made a huge move up. And usually, when we see these death crosses, a lot of
yeah,
times, like I can't remember like the exact times, but we have already made significant moves to the downside. So hopefully that was already baked into the moving averages, which are lagging
Yep,
indicators.
100%, man. And that's kind of what I was going to talk about once we got over to the charts. Like, but
Hmm.
I actually made a video on it. And historically speaking, more or less, most of the time when you have one of these crosses, that move, like you said's already happened. Now, I
Right.
did have to eat my words on the last one because last time we had a
Hmm.
golden cross, we pushed up to the all-time high, so I felt a little silly. But facts are facts. When you go back to it, that's usually what has happened. Now,
Yeah.
the other thing is too, when you see a golden cross or a death cross, I think the golden cross specifically, it really dates back to like the historic like stock market, right? So
Right.
they
Yep.
were only looking for about a 15% return or like high, not higher, but somewhere around there, vice the 10. So it wasn't this like astronomical like move up. It was just a little bit more bullish than normal when you would see that golden cross.
That
So
golden cross. Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
so
And as far as go ahead, I'm sorry. Yeah. Go ahead.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
And as far as the recession, we've been saying this since 2023. Like Danielle DiMartella Booth, she has been. I'm a avid watcher of her. She got me caught up in early 2023 being talking about recession. So I missed out on a lot of gains listening to her. But I think she's gonna eventually be right because I do see a lot of the slowdown coming up. I do
Yeah,
think a lot of these doomers that have been dooming for the past 2 years will eventually be right because it's only so long that we can like kick the can down the road with all of this that is happening. So, I mean,
yeah,
they'll be right eventually. So, do I think we're in a recession now? Rolling recession, yes, like all out high unemployment, people on the looking for jobs, can't find jobs type of recession, not yet.
yeah. I mean, for me personally, I was screaming the R word in 2022.
Hmm.
Like that's when I was saying like I think
Yeah,
we're in a recession. And like
I think
the
yeah, me
negative
too.
GDP, like that supported that argument. However, like they changed the rules. So they never really classified it as an actual recession. And then 2023, it felt like we kind of recovered a little bit, right? And then we had some big moves, both on the stock market. I mean, Nasdaq hit all time high, S&P, and then crypto. I mean, everything
Yeah.
pushed really high. 2023.
TradeFly. Let
Yeah.
me let me just say this, man. Like I've been getting text messages over these past few weeks from people who I didn't even know was into the economy or who was into stock markets or was into like global, economics or anything. They're saying, "What do you think is going on with the economy? What do you think is happening?" Especially after what just happened over the weekend. I got like 3 text messages. We have screwed this whole thing up. Like when I sit back and I look at everything that has happened, I look back at all the decisions and all the money printing and all the interest rate hikes and you know, pulling them back and pushing them up. It's like we are playing a game of chicken right now, and it's gonna end badly. I'm
Yeah.
not trying to be a doomer. I don't want people to be suffering. We have an advantage because we know we are in tune to these assets, which we know will appreciate, which we talk about every show, just about. So it's I don't want anything to happen too crazy, but I think it is going to happen. Timing is the main thing. Our timing is just what we need to try to get down, but that's the hard part.
Yeah. Nah, absolutely, dude. Cool, man. So let's start pushing into the market pulse and then we'll get into some TA, wrap this up, push everyone over to Billy Goat Tails here. So all right, looking at the market pulse up, I already got the well, I guess you guys are gonna get an early shill here. I have this up already, so here you go. Billy Goat Tails is going tonight. It's gonna have some of the guys from Caspa, so it should be a good one. Go over, get some alpha, catch that. That's gonna be 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So go check that out. There you go. That's your shill for that one. On to the total market cap, which is sitting at 1.99 trillion. We're flirting with that 2 trillion mark. It's up 2.85%. Total crypto market volume over the last 24 hours is 108 billion, which makes for a negative 56.21% decrease. Now, remember, yesterday that number was astronomical, maybe the highest I've ever seen it. And then the Bitcoin dominance is currently sitting at 55.93%, which is up 0.02% over the last day. Fear and greed index is sitting at 34, which is fear. Actually trending up just a little bit. I think it was a little bit lower yesterday. Bitcoin current price is at $56,057.43. That is up 0.77% over 24 hours and down 15.37% over 7 days. Ethereum is currently sitting at $2,447.20, and that is down 2.92% over 24 hours and down 25.43% over 7 days. Looking at the crypto bubbles, it is pretty green all over the place. NOD is looking good at 19.4. AKT is at 12.8%. Tau is up 5.5%. FR Flare is up 8%. Don't know too much about that. Jupe's up 4.7%. Sui, Ton, Sol, all in the positive. Let's see who's kind of moving to the negative here. ETH is down 3.3%. Maker down 7.1%. Doge down 3.1%. Brett down 4%. That was a big mover yesterday. That was up about 25% at times yesterday. Mantle is down 3.8% and Cast down 3.1%. So the market's kind of split right now, which is interesting. A little bit of indecision. I think people are still kind of feeling it out a little bit. For your economic calendar, a couple of big things coming up here. You got PPI month over month, core inflation rate month over month, core inflation rate year over year, inflation rate month over month, and year over year. That's going on the 14th, so 13th and 14th respectively. And then on the 15th, you got retail sales month over month. So a couple of big things coming up, but you still have about a week or so before you see those. So if you really want to get the deep dive on these, go ahead and go over to our show in the morning with Army Piper. He's really, really good at breaking these down, and he will give you the ins and outs until you don't want to hear it anymore, I promise. All right, liquidation heat map. In the past 24 hours, 56,934 traders were liquidated. Total liquidations comes in at 184.34 million. Largest single liquidation order happened on OKX, and that was BTC USD swap valued at 8.3 million. So another pretty big liquidation you're seeing here. That's about twice what I'd say the average is. So people are still getting a little crazy with it. There was some people going short though, heavy shorts, right around that 56K. And we're going to look at that on the heat map because we talked about this. I think I talked about it this morning on the show. Let me see the time frames on this right here. So about 7:30, about right there, 8. Yep. So I was talking about this area right here on the 3-day. And sure enough, we pressed up through there, and I was looking for at least a wick up there. It looks like we just made a move. So some people got definitely liquidated in this area here. Not surprised to see that. But if you're looking at the heat map itself, you are seeing a structure that looks, and wants to be bullish. All right. So if you're talking about a recovery, we had this wick down. We got a little second bounce there. RSI was trending up and right, but we actually broke this area right here. All right. So we broke through, got on top. We tried to use it as support. Ultimately, it looks like it wants to push up and right still. That's my takeaway just by looking at the liquidation heat map here. Over to the chart. Let's go ahead and look at the story today, and that's going to be them talking about the death cross. All right. So when they say the 50 is going to cross the 200, they're talking about this blue line here, at least on my moving average, is the 50. All right. And the red one is going to be the 200. When these cross, you get what's called a death cross. Now, what FD was talking about when he was saying, hey, that move could have already happened. Well, this is what he's talking about. Look at the move that's already happened before this cross, right? So this move is actually what's driving this moving average down. Because remember that this lower time frame average moves quicker. 200, nice steady eddy, right? Just kind of going up and right now until we get a reversal on trend. You might see it kind of level out. And then ultimately, if we continue that downside movement, it'll start to bend over, but it's very, very lagging. It's a 200-day SMA. So keep that in mind. I did make a couple marks on the chart for you just to kind of give you some historicals. Right here was a death cross. And look, not much of a move. If you're going from, actually, there was hardly any negative move. So we had a death cross and really nothing happened. Okay. But then quickly we had this golden cross right here. I did make a video about this at one point. Like I said, have to eat my words on this one. I was like, hey, historically not much happens. Well, I was wrong because a lot happened. All right. We went all the way up to the all-time highs and we were off to the races. Right here. Let's see here. We had another, it's actually further back here. Let me go ahead and move it. I don't know what I was doing with this. There we go. There we go. It's actually right about there. All right. So you had a death cross there. All right. Ultimately, we did have a pretty significant move down. So, kind of hit and miss with crypto, but look at it. There was already a pretty big move that happened. And really, after we had that death cross, you actually saw a little bump up before you ultimately saw a breakdown. But where did you see that breakdown off of? Off of the 200 SMA. So keep that in mind. If we see something similar, keep that in the back of your minds that, hey, there could be a pattern that's repeating itself because that seems to play out quite a bit when you're looking at crypto. All right, so that's what I got. Just a quick overview of Bitcoin death crosses and all that. I'm gonna pass it over to FD, let him do a little TA. We'll come back. I'll give you some numbers for Bitcoin, and then we'll probably be getting out of here pretty soon.
So I got a quick request right before we went on for Chainlink. They just wanted to know some levels for Chainlink. So first and foremost, I'm on a daily. I usually like to do a top down. We
Hey, hold
came
on
all. I
one
mean,
second
like,
for me, FD. Your screen is not popping up. Let me just go ahead and refresh it here, just to make
okay.
sure that we got you. Give me 1 second. All right, should be popping up here in a second. There it is. All right, kick it.
All right, cool. So Chainlink, top down analysis starting from the daily. We were looking at this level here at about $8 and about 38 cents. Because we tracked it all the way back. We're just looking at support and resistance, macro support and resistance. We touched it here in July, again in April 2023, all the way back February 2023, November 2022, August 2022. So this was a huge level that we were possibly going to foresee coming back down to and holding. We did hold. We came down a little bit below it, but we also pulled up our volume profiles and we see where the volume is at. So usually I'll just pull up my volume profiles to give me confluence on my support and resistance levels. But what you want to see if you are a chain link bull is a reclaim of this massive volume area here. Which is sitting at between about $12 and we'll say about $16 to $17. So if the market can turn a little bit more bullish, we probably can hopefully start hitting our head up here, maybe flag, consolidate under here, and then pop back into this range. That's what I'm really looking for Chainlink right now. It seems like we are getting a green dot on the daily. Money flow seems like it is coming up a tad bit on the daily. Let's actually go into the 4 hour. I don't want to hold you too long. We got Billy Goat coming in. So money flow kind of is coming out on the 4 hour. Let's go to the hourly. So it's coming up on the hourly. So I'll be looking for some sort of consolidation in this area right now at about $10. We popped up hard, like most of all the cryptocurrencies popped up very hard. So it's only right that we start to consolidate, a little bit. This is a huge move from the bottom. Let's see where we started at. This is a move of what's that? I'm not looking at that right, but it was a good move. Most of the cryptocurrencies bottomed out yesterday and had a pretty big move. So I'll be looking at Chainlink to hold steady at this area. Hopefully Bitcoin acts right, and then we can get back up to that level I said a little bit earlier at about $12.73. Once we can get back in here, my favorite thing to do is trade ranges. Once we get back in a range, when we fall out of a range and reclaim that range, usually from my analysis we go back to the top of the range. So that would be the first step that I'll be looking at, is to get back into that range.
Right on. Dude, I'm reading the chat right now. These dudes are tripping. Apparently we need to have some face cream. The what is it? What do they call us? I don't know. Some kind of nightcap face cream. What did Piper say? He said makes your skin glow as bright as your financial future. I love it. That's that's I'm not gonna lie, I kind of dig that. But hey, what's up to our guy Alex though, the newlywed? I hope everything's going well, man. I'm sure it is, man. But awesome dude. He is definitely part of the fam. Go over, check out his channel as well. He does great things. Trade Intuition, another one. Joe, he's in here as well. He's got a great channel. Go check him out. He is growing too. When checked out one of his videos, I'm seeing your view rate is starting to go up, my man. So keep plugging away, keep pushing, man. It's only a matter of time.
It's
You're
a
giving
marathon,
out.
not a race.
That's it. In this game, it is for sure. So sometimes it's just about who you outlast. But yeah,
Hey Joe, you know what, man? We can collab and make some Million X meme coins by Wednesday videos. We'll probably get a bunch of more views if you like, man. I know how to do it. I just don't want to do
it. There you go, man. There you go. Sweet. All right. What else? All right, let's go back over to the chart real quick. I'm gonna give you guys some numbers here for Bitcoin. So one of the things that we were looking at is this channel, right? This channel is going up and right. We've talked about that at nauseum at this point. We did get oversold on the 4 hour. You can see that you got a trend reversal and prime oscillator is now bending up and right. So we got a nice move going up right. What is the thing that I was talking about with this channel right here though? This channel, what I'm looking for here is that OC retest. All right, we come up, we get the retest. I mean, we're finding out right now if we're gonna hold and start moving up and right. So the one thing you were kind of working against is that 20-day SMA or the 20 SMA on the 4 hour, sorry. And you can see that was resistance as it was working its way down. So be very, very careful with that. We do want to break. So we get the retest, we break this 20 SMA, and I think we can make a nice move up here to the support range. Kind of gave you those numbers yesterday as well, but I'll reiterate about 59K to about 61,000. Value area low is also at about 61.8. And then you got all these moving averages on the top side of that area. So you're going to have a lot of resistance up here. So if you take a short-term play, you know, from channel up to support range, let me see what that move is right there. That's something I might personally look at. About 6.73%. Okay, so I wouldn't mess with all these moving averages. Again, this is all short-term stuff, not long-term. If you're hot on, you're hot on. Do what you want. But short-term play here up to the support range might be, you know, something to look at. Obviously, do your own research. I don't give financial advice out here, but that is some areas that I'm looking for in the short term. Your support level, like that we have honored, is 2022 high, right? And that's sitting at about 49.8. So if we do lose this area of support, we can come down here. 52 is in play, but this is really the area that I would look at for that confirmation of whether we're going to actually hold up or not. So at that point, I'd probably go down to the daily and I would look down at the prime oscillator or RSI, and I would see what it's doing. So if we come down and we get a second retest of the support area and you see that the prime oscillator is going like that, you know, that might make you feel a little bit better that we would hold up in this area for a bounce and then look for that move off of that area. So you can wait, let it come to you. That's usually my preference. Just like this area right here, when I bounce on that, I just waited. I set a limit order and just said, hey, if it comes down, it comes down. If it doesn't, it doesn't. No big deal. So you could always do that as well. So there's a couple numbers for you guys to look at in terms of support and resistance. We are kind of in the middle of the range here. So, you know, what you do in here is a little bit dicey, we'll say, a little bit more higher risk making moves in this area. But, you know, you could also look for this support area, this previous support range, which is probably now going to act as resistance. If you do see some of these moving averages start to work its way down in conjunction and build kind of confluence in this area, maybe an opportunity for a short if you're thinking that this pattern is going to continue. Because right now we're setting lower highs and lower lows, right? So if you think this channel is going to continue down and right, then there could be an opportunity for a short as well. It depends on how you like to play the game. That's what I'm looking at on Bitcoin. And let's see, we got about a couple minutes left here. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up again. I'm going to go ahead and push you guys over to the Billy Goat Tales. All right. So that's going at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern. So basically in a couple minutes here. Go check them out. We're going to be over there ourselves. Should be a good time. Should be some good info. I'm definitely trying to learn all that I can on Caspa because I did get a Caspa mining rig. And so I'm trying to get smart. All right. I took a crazy investment on a mining rig, and I didn't really do all my research, to be honest with you. I just kind of jumped on it because everyone was saying it was good. But now hopefully I can get some real info from the people themselves. Let's go over to the chat. Let's see if we got anything in the chat going
So
on.
Piper said, "How are you not covering Caspa?" And Caspa is going to get okay. He said, "Okay, Caspa to the moon." There you go.
Oh, Caspa leading into a Caspa space. I don't know,
Yeah.
Piper, because you're not here to keep me in check. That's why. You know, I do squirrely stuff when I'm on my own. Sorry, ADD. I just look and I go squirrel, and that's it. And I just move on. So we're trying to give you some good numbers for Bitcoin, a little bit of TA there. What you have up? You had gosh, drawn a blank already. Chainlink. Chainlink.
Yeah, I had
Yeah.
a couple people asking about Chainlink.
There you go.
So I wanted
We're
to,
men of the people, Piper.
yeah.
That's why we didn't cover Caspa. You're gonna get all the Caspa information you need on the next one. All right. So all right. That being said, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna wrap it up. That's a quick hitter, and hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like and subscribe. We'll truly appreciate that. We're doing this every Monday to Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And with that, we're out of here. Y'all have a good one. See you tomorrow.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.